So this video is about what's happening for your child when they're going through challenges in their sport, when they're getting really frustrated with themselves, when they're getting anxious, when they're having tears, when they get really angry with themselves after a poor performance, after a mistake. I'm going to share with you what's actually happening for them, why some things that you've tried don't work, and what the actual solution is. So to understand the actual solution for your child so that they are more confident, they're playing to their potential, they're having more fun, they're not so emotional, you have to understand the problem. Okay, so the problem is not that they don't have the ability. You already realize that's not the case, right? Because they've shown that they have the ability. They've done it in training, they do it in practice matches, they do it in certain matches. It's not a skill issue. It's also what most players think, where their child doesn't care enough, or they're not a competitor, they're not working hard enough. It's not really an effort issue. If they have the ability, and sometimes they put the effort in, sometimes they don't, it's not an effort issue. I'm going to explain what it is. It's also not even a confidence issue. Most parents start to think that it's a confidence issue. They just need more confidence. It's not that they need more confidence, because sometimes they are confident, right? Sometimes when they're in training, they're confident. When they're in practice matches, they're confident. Playing in the backyard, they're confident. They're confident sometimes. The issue is that it's not even an enjoyment issue. It's not even a thing that they don't like their sport, right? And you say, you don't have to do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to make you. It's not an enjoyment issue. It's none of these things that you might think are the issue. The issue is something is affecting their effort, their confidence, their skills, their enjoyment. Something is in the way. The issue is interference. It's mental interference. That is the issue. They already have talent. They already love their sport. They already want to do well. They already know that they're good. It's just something is interfering with that. Something affects that in certain times. It's fear, it's worry, it's doubt, it's hesitation. It's a part in the back of their mind, in their subconscious mind, that thinks that they're not good enough, thinks that they can't do it. So they don't even really try, because they're scared of losing. They're scared of that part being true, that they're actually not good enough. It's fears of making mistakes, of what other people think, letting others down. It's fear, worry, doubt that's affecting their confidence, affecting what would be naturally confident, affecting their natural enjoyment, affecting their natural ability. This is the problem. It's the interference. This is why it doesn't really work to say, just believe in yourself, just have more confidence, just work harder. Something is in the way. It doesn't matter how much more skills you add on, how much positive advice you give. That's why sometimes, just telling them, you can do this, we believe in you, just go out there and have fun. Saying all the right things that may seem like in your mind you're doing the right thing. The reason why it doesn't work is because they still have the interference. They still are scared. They still have the fear of letting you down, or coach down, or other people down. They still believe in the back of their mind, in their subconscious mind, deep down, that they're not good enough. That's why they're not trying. That's why at times they get so upset. They're so frustrated, because when they're on the tennis court or wherever they're playing and they're making a mistake, it makes them think, I'm not good enough. It's reaffirming that mistake in their mind is proof that they suck. That's why they say, I'm so bad, I'm so terrible, why can't I do it? Even though another part of them knows that they can. That's why it's so frustrating. They know that they can, but they're not. And they're confused, and you're confused. And now I'm shedding some light on what's happening. There's interference. There is a thought in the back of their mind, in their subconscious mind, that they're not good enough, that they can't do it. So then any time something doesn't go their way, what's happening is it's triggering that part of them that says, see, you do suck. That's why saying that you actually did really well today, and saying that, hey, great, they don't really believe it, because there's another part of them that strongly believes or thinks that they're no good, that they're not good enough, that they can't do it. So actually telling them that they can do it, or giving them more training, and then they fail, is actually going to make it worse, because it's more negative feedback. Now they've got more talent and more reason that they should be playing good, and they're not, which is reaffirming the belief that they suck. It's making it even stronger. It's making that feeling of I'm not good enough, I can't do it, even stronger, to the point where they'll quit because they hate the way that their sport makes them feel. Not the sport. It's how they feel when they play it, because it makes them think, it connects them to that part of them that thinks they suck, that they're not good enough, that they can't do it, that there's something wrong with them. But there's not. There's nothing wrong with them. This is a human experience. I've experienced it. It's very, very common. In fact, everyone experiences it in some form. The sport is just really shining a light on it. Tennis and their sport, and when there's something they really want to be good at, when there's high pressure situations, it's really shining a light on their fears, on their securities, on that part of them that thinks they're not good enough, they can't do it. Okay? So it's very important that we clear out that interference is cleared out so that they can enjoy it, so they can play to their potential, and so they don't quit and be left with the subconscious thought that they can't do it, that they're not good enough, that they're a failure. That's what's going to happen. That's what does happen. Most people give up, not because they don't have the ability, not because they don't love their sport, not because they don't want to do well. It's because they can't, because there's a part of them that thinks they can't do it. And they're subconsciously listening to it. They're not even aware that it's happening. They're just aware that they're not feeling confident, aware that they aren't playing well. And this has shined a light on it for you. Because a lot of parents, you're probably one of them, that's pulling out their hair, like, we're saying all the right things. I can see that they're good enough. I can see that they're doing it. I'm trying to help them. Why can't they see it? The reason they can't see it is because there's a part of them that's telling themselves otherwise, and they're subconsciously listening to it. And every time they make a mistake, every time they lose, every time that they think that you think that they should play well and they don't, that's reaffirming that they suck, reaffirming they're not good enough, they're a failure. It's not an effort thing. It's not a care thing. They would be naturally putting more effort in if they thought they could do it. They're subconsciously not putting the effort in. They're subconsciously not trying because they think, I can't do it. I can't do it, so what's the point of even trying? Why would I try if I know I can't do something? Right? This is the major cause of frustration for players. The number one cause, actually, probably the only cause. Major cause of lack of love and enjoyment, cause of frustration for parents, because parents are putting in all this time and money and they see what the child can do. So it's frustrating for the parent because the parent knows what they can do, but they're not doing it. If a child is frustrated because they know what they can do, they're not doing it. It's frustrated for the coach who's coaching them because they know what they can do and they're not doing it. Right? This is where we come in at Pro Mindset Academy. This is what we fix. The problem is mental interference. The problem is a child subconsciously is worried that they're not good enough, and is worried about making mistakes and letting other people down and losing, because it's going to reaffirm to them that they can't do it, that they're no good. Right? So we clear out that mental interference with them through conversations, through having conversations with them, helping them see, changing that. It's very simple, it's very effective. And when this interference is gone, they naturally play with confidence. They naturally have confidence because there's nothing stopping them from being confident. They naturally put in the effort. They naturally love their sport. They naturally do really well, play to their potential, and actually express their skills. And then it reaffirms to them, they create a new identity, which is the identity of I am good enough. I can do it. And because they start to realize that that's the fact, they play that way. And because they play with this I'm good enough, I can do it, this self-belief, they actually do really well, which reaffirms to them that they actually are really good. And then it gives them more belief and confidence, and then they go and apply. And that's where you get the best of the best. It's not necessarily solely a talent thing. It's a self-identity thing. It's a belief thing. It's a who they know themselves to be thing, right? Subconsciously and consciously. They know themselves to be good enough. They know themselves to they know what they can do and they believe and they know, and they go out there and do it, which means they get the result, they have a good performance, which reaffirms they are good enough, and they're on this positive upward spiral rather than this negative downward spiral of I can't do it and this plateau, which means they keep playing sport, they get as far as they can, and they reaffirm to themselves that they are good enough, and they take this mindset, this mentality, and this belief into every other area of life too. They need what I'm talking about to be successful and happy in life, not just in their sport. They need this to be successful and happy in their sport. They also need it to be successful and happily in their life. If they don't, they're going to be miserable in some sense, and they're not going to reach their potential in some sense. They're not going to be successful. They're not going to get as far as they can, because it's impossible to when something's holding them back. So clear it out. That's what we do. We work one-to-one with young athletes. This is what we do. We're the best in the world at it. If this resonates with you and you currently have a child who is struggling in their sport, they're getting frustrated with themselves, disappointed, they're not playing to their potential, and you're worried for them, you can see that what they can do and they're just not doing it, and it's frustrating for you, and you'd finally like them to be able to play well consistently, have fun consistently, put their talent and their skills to work, and be enjoying themselves. Reach out, because this is what we help with.